in black and white, in writing. Example, contract was laid out clearly in black and white. Piece of cake, very easy. Example, the test was a piece of cake for her after all the studying. Hit the books, study hard. Example, I need to hit the books if I want to ace the exam. On the same page, agree with each other. Example, the team was finally on the same page after a long discussion. Go the extra mile, try harder. Example, she always goes the extra mile to help her friends. Call it a day, end the work for the day. Example, after finishing the project, we decided to call it a day. Burn the midnight oil, work late into the night. Example, I had to burn the midnight oil to finish my assignment. In the long run, eventually. Example, in the long run, studying hard will pay off. A blessing in disguise, something good that seemed bad at first. Example, losing that job was a blessing in disguise because I found a better one. Hit the nail on the head, speak directly about something. Example, you really hit the nail on the head with your answer. Pull someone's leg, tease someone. Example, I thought she was serious, but she was just pulling my leg. Bite the bullet, face a difficult situation bravely. Example, I had to bite the bullet and apologize for my mistake. Let the cat out of the bag, reveal a secret. Example, she accidentally let the cat out of the bag about the surprise party. Jump the gun, start something too early. Example, we shouldn't jump the gun and make assumptions before we get all the facts. 2. The Sound of Music, Evelyn Glennie and Bismillah Khan. Break a leg, good luck. Example, the director wished the actors to break a leg before the show. Music to my ears, pleasing to hear. Example, the news of my promotion was music to my ears. Blow your own trumpet, boast about yourself. Example, he keeps blowing his own trumpet about his achievements. Hit the right note, do something correctly. Example, her speech hit the right note with the audience. In tune with, in agreement. Example, the new policy is in tune with the company's values. Face the music, accept the consequences. Example, it's time for you to face the music for your actions. Call the shots, be in charge. Example, as the project leader, he calls the shots. Jump on the bandwagon, join something popular. Example, she decided to jump on the bandwagon and start yoga like everyone else. Pull the plug, stop something. Example, they decided to pull the plug on the project after the budget ran out. Fit as a fiddle, in very good health. Example, even at 80, my grandmother is fit as a fiddle. Strike a chord, connect emotionally. Example, his story struck a chord with the audience. All ears, listening attentively. Example, the students were all ears during the teacher's explanation. Get into the groove, start performing well. Example, once he got into the groove, his work improved. Beat around the bush, avoid the main topic. Example, stop beating around the bush and tell me what happened.
The little girl, Catherine Mansfield. As cool as a cucumber, very calm. Example, she remained as cool as a cucumber during the entire interview. A storm in a teacup, a big issue over nothing. Example, the argument was just a storm in a teacup and nothing serious. Butterflies in my stomach, feeling nervous. Example, I always get butterflies in my stomach before a presentation. Under someone's wing, under someone's protection. Example, as a new employee, she felt safe under her mentor's wing. A close shave, a narrow escape. Example, I had a close shave when I almost missed the flight. Cry over spilt milk, complain about something in the past. Example, there's no use crying over spilt milk, let's focus on what we can do next. Keep your chin up, stay positive. Example, even during tough times, he managed to keep his chin up. Turn a blind eye, ignore something wrong. Example, the manager turned a blind eye to the employee's mistake. Put your foot down, be firm in your decision. Example, I had to put my foot down and refuse to let them change the deadline. Put your heart and soul into something, do something with passion. Example, she put her heart and soul into making the project a success. In a nutshell, briefly. Example, in a nutshell, we need to work harder to meet the deadline. Bark up the wrong tree, make a wrong assumption. Example, if you think I'm responsible for this, you're barking up the wrong tree. Once in a blue moon, very rarely. Example, I only see my old friends once in a blue moon. Hit the roof, get very angry. Example, my dad hit the roof when he found out I had crashed the car. Let sleeping dogs lie, avoid stirring up old problems. Example, you should let sleeping dogs lie and not bring up that old argument. For a truly beautiful mind, Albert Einstein. Burn the candle at both ends, overwork yourself. Example, he was burning the candle at both ends preparing for the exams and working part-time. Keep an eye on, watch carefully. Example, can you keep an eye on my bag while I go to the restroom? Read between the lines, understand the hidden meaning. Example, if you read between the lines, you'll see that she's not happy with the decision. An open book, someone easy to understand. Example, he's an open book, you can always tell what he's thinking. By the book, according to rules. Example, she does everything by the book, which is why her work is always perfect. Go down in history, be remembered for something important. Example, the scientist's discovery will go down in history as a groundbreaking achievement. Food for thought, something to think about seriously. Example, his suggestion gave us some food for thought about the project's direction. Brainstorm, think creatively together. Example, let's brainstorm some ideas for the upcoming event. Cutting edge, the latest or most advanced. Example, the company is using cutting-edge technology to develop their products. The ball is in your court, it's your decision. Example, I've made my offer, now the ball is in your court. In the spotlight, getting attention. Example, she loves being in the spotlight during school plays. Cut corners, do something in a cheap or easy way.
He was laughing at himself for fearing the snake. On my guard. Meaning, being careful or watchful. I was on my guard around the snake. He stayed on his guard in the unfamiliar place. Laughing at oneself. Meaning, being self-deprecating or laughing at one's own actions. He was laughing at himself for fearing the snake. It's good to laugh at oneself sometimes. Never a dull moment. Meaning, always exciting or happening. There's never a dull moment with that snake around. the doctor's life had never a dull moment. Staring into space. Meaning, looking at nothing in particular, lost in thought. He was staring into space, lost in thoughts of the snake. I found him staring into space, thinking about the incident. Drop like a stone. Meaning, to suddenly stop or fall. The moment the snake left, the fear dropped like a stone. The excitement dropped like a stone when the lights went out. Get a grip on oneself. Meaning, to control one's emotions or behavior. He had to get a grip on himself before dealing with the snake. Get a grip on yourself, and everything will be fine. Have a soft spot for someone. Meaning, to have affection for someone. Callum had a soft spot for his teacher. She has a soft spot for children. Stand on one's own feet. Meaning, to be independent. Callum learned to stand on his own feet from a young age. Every individual should stand on their own feet. In the blink of an eye. Meaning, very quickly or suddenly. Life can change in the blink of an eye. His success came in the blink of an eye. Hold someone in high regard. Meaning, to have great respect for someone. Callum held his teachers in high regard. I hold my parents in high regard. Set an example. Meaning, to serve as a model for others to follow. His honesty set an example for all. You must set an example through your actions. Take to heart. Meaning, to take something seriously. Callum took his teacher's advice to heart. Don't take criticism to heart. Close to one's heart. Meaning, something important or cherished. Science was always close to Callum's heart. This old book is close to my heart. Lose oneself in something. Meaning, to be fully absorbed or immersed in something. He lost himself in his studies. I often lose myself in a good book. Make a name for oneself. Meaning, to become well known or respected. APJ Abdul Kalam made a name for himself in science. She made a name for herself in the film industry. Rise to the occasion. Meaning, to perform well in a difficult situation. Callum always rose to the occasion when faced with challenges. In times of need, true leaders rise to the occasion.
Hacking, Jerome K. Jerome. Lose one's temper. Meaning, to become angry. George lost his temper when they messed up the packing. I lost my temper when I missed the train. Make a mess of something. Meaning, to ruin or spoil something. They made a mess of the entire trip. He made a mess of his presentation. At one's wit's end. Meaning, to be very worried or confused. He was at his wit's end when he couldn't find his toothbrush. I am at my wit's end with this problem. Hit the nail on the head. Meaning, to say or do something exactly right. When he pointed out the mistake, he hit the nail on the head. You've hit the nail on the head with your analysis. A feather in one's cap. Meaning, an achievement to be proud of. Winning the award was a feather in his cap. Packing the entire luggage alone was a feather in my cap. In high spirits. Meaning, very happy or cheerful. They were in high spirits after packing everything. I was in high spirits after the good news. Make ends meet. Meaning, to earn enough money to live on. We packed frugally to make ends meet during the trip. He struggled to make ends meet with his low salary. Take a break. Meaning, to rest or relax for a short time. After packing, we took a break to relax. I need to take a break from work. Run out of steam. Meaning, to lose energy or interest. After hours of packing, we ran out of steam. The project ran out of steam halfway through. In a pickle. Meaning, in a difficult or troublesome situation. He was in a pickle when the suitcase broke. I'm in a pickle with all these tasks to do. For Reach for the Top, Part I, Santosh Yadav, Part 2, Maria Sharapova. Reach for the stars. Meaning, to aspire to achieve great things. Santosh Yadav always believed in reaching for the stars. If you want to succeed, you must reach for the stars. Take the bull by the horns. Meaning, to face a difficult situation directly. She took the bull by the horns when she decided to climb Everest. He took the bull by the horns and confronted his fears. A piece of cake. Meaning, something very easy to do. For Maria Sharapova, tennis practice was a piece of cake. The exam was a piece of cake for me. Burn the midnight oil. Meaning, to work late into the night. Santosh burned the midnight oil to prepare for her climb. She burned the midnight oil before her final match. Through thick and thin. Meaning, through good and bad times. Her determination stayed with her through thick and thin. They've been friends through thick and thin. Go the extra mile. Meaning, to make an extra effort. Maria always went the extra mile to improve her game. We must go the extra mile to succeed. The sky's the limit. Meaning, there is no limit to what can be achieved. For Santosh Yadav, the sky's the limit. If you work hard, the sky's the limit. Keep one's feet on the ground. Meaning, to remain humble despite success. Despite her fame, Maria kept her feet on the ground. It's important to keep your feet on the ground after success. Take something in stride. Meaning, to deal with something difficult calmly. Santosh took the challenges of climbing in stride. Maria takes criticism in stride and improves. Climb the ladder of success. Meaning, to progress and achieve greater success. Santosh Yadav climbed the ladder of success by overcoming adversity. Maria steadily climbed the ladder of success in tennis.